What's good, family? This is your boy Ma.
And Sade, and we're back at it again with another video.
With
Maniac Mom.
Man. Today, guys, we're at the high end by Youngboy FINNESED way out of life in prison, man. We just reacted to part 1. This is part 2, man. We're going to give y'all these back to back. But before the video starts, man, please leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and we're doing a giveaway at 50K, man. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But other than that, man, we'll get straight into this.
In my last video, we talked about the back and forth between G Money and NBA Youngboy, which all came to a halt when Youngboy got locked up. In this video, we gonna go deeper into the circumstances surrounding his case and how Youngboy managed to skate away from doing any serious time for these charges. This story takes place in November 2016 and really centers around Youngboy's cousin, Boozilla, a member of a Baton Rouge gang called BBG. We briefly talked about Boozilla in my last video because he made this video dissing Youngboy.
Pull up, nigga. What up? Fuck NBA, nigga. Pull up.
So Youngboy own cousin dissed him. Okay.
Baby Joe, pull that bitch up. So that shit.
Youngboy and Boozilla's beef didn't last long though, and they was back on good terms almost instantly. But on November 2nd, 2016, while Boo was riding his bike, he gets murked. And shortly after this, Youngboy assembles the crew to go get retaliation for his cousin. Now, it's a whole lot of rumors as to who was behind Boozilla's death, but the most common one is that it had something to do with him dissing another Baton Rouge rapper named Dissa. Boozilla dropped a song called Forgive Me, which featured cameos from Baby Joe and MB and Michi Baby way before their fame. But in this song, he dropped some disses towards Dissa. And shortly after Boo died, Dissa made this video talking about Youngboy.
Slide about your cousin, nigga. Since you won't go there, how the fuck y'all beefing? Now he dead, you out there. Yeah, he a straight bitch.
That was probably a whole bunch of behind the scenes shit that we don't know about Youngboy's issue with Dissa that caused Dissa to make that video. Youngboy implies in the songs that there's some deeper issue, and what happened to Boozilla was some of his fault.
R.P. Boo, we was breaking in houses, it's sad to say, but that shit led to him getting put in the ghost. Behind that shit, I had to slide. Like, what the fuck were they talking?
Boozilla's death set off a whole bunch of retaliation shootings, including one from NBA Youngboy himself. Around 9 a.m., just a few hours after Boo got killed, Youngboy gathered a few friends to go get some revenge. On this mission, we had NBA Ben 10, one of Youngboy's day one homies who we seen in music videos from way back, and the man who Youngboy named 10 talk after. 10 was also the target of a federal investigation and is currently sitting in the feds. But on this mission, we had Ben 10 as the getaway driver. Next person in the car was NBA Self-Paid, aka NBA Big B, another one of Youngboy's day one homies who actually started rapping himself. But y'all might also know him from my King Von NBA Youngboy video. He was one of the first people that came out dissing King Von after his death. But on this mission, we had Self-Paid and Youngboy as the shooters. And finally, the fourth and last person in this car was NBA Joe, not to be confused with Baby Joe. At this time, Youngboy and Baby Joe weren't cool yet. NBA Joe was the one Youngboy was running with. NBA Joe himself even had a track up with Boozilla on YouTube. And at this time, Youngboy was constantly shouting him out as a shooter in songs.
NBA Joe, he trying to go. I send that boy. I be with them hitters, got lit Joe up in the car. Nigga play, gon' knock him off.
That's how every rapper.
We know who was doing the killing.
Yeah. That's how every rapper is, though. You know, they always got that one person, like they always talk about in their song, talking about this person is. But you self-snitching, bro. Self-snitching. Yeah, like, oh, man, how did they get caught, bro? It wasn't for the. Y'all
Right.
self-snitching. Give them another name or something.
Exactly.
NBA Joe don't come around no more for reasons we gonna explain in this video. So we had Ben 10 as the driver, Youngboy and Self-Paid as the shooters, and NBA Joe as, well, I don't know what the fuck NBA Joe role was because this shit did not go according to plan at all. All four of them hopped in the car and started cruising looking to get some retaliation for Boozilla. They was driving down the ops block when they spotted two unsuspecting Negroes standing in their front yard. And that's their cue, they spotted the ops. NBA Self-Paid and NBA Youngboy hopped out the car and started emptying the clip.
Choppers all inside the coupe. This for my cousin. Riding folk deep round where they be in the backseat with a dirty child. Coming fuck the law, we gon' kill about it. The music nigga know we drill about. Everybody run bullets flying, niggas dying, we gotta show them. These bitch that nigga that stole him and we don't even know them.
Just like he said, he's sliding, bullets flying, but they ultimately end up missing every shot. So the two people go away unscathed. And as they go back to...
Now he trying to clown. He lucky trying to clown. Now he talking about he missed
Every shot.
Yeah, it's funny because this dude do the most slides, bro. This man at most slides, you funny. Cause I know you be seeing the videos, you be commenting sometimes. You funny, bro.
To their car, they realized NBA Joe got shot in the neck. Now, none of the articles confirm if anyone returned fire, so we don't know if someone shot him by accident or he got hit by the ops. But regardless, it's a huge problem. Youngboy and Self-Paid hop back in the car and Ben 10 speeds off. But they got another problem. The getaway car gets a flat tire, and they end up crashing the car, which a bystander sees and calls the police. Then Youngboy, Self-Paid, and Ben 10 all flee the scene, leaving NBA Joe to be found by police and rushed to the hospital for his injuries. So these niggas failed miserably. That was a sad day for Youngboy. His cousin dies, he tries to slide on the niggas, misses all his shots, his homie gets hit, then they get a flat fucking tire and crash the whip. Now, I couldn't get any worse than that, right? That's a terrible series of events. Youngboy's luck couldn't get any worse, right? Nah, this nigga NBA Joe ends up turning informant on them. About a month after this incident goes down, the police start scooping all of them up. They already got NBA Joe. They found him and the car at the scene. They catch Ben 10 shortly after.
The reason why
The
he
police
did that was because they left him. They didn't grab him and take him with them. See what I'm saying? They left him.
Yeah.
So you know when the police was gonna come, they was gonna question him and take him in here. He already a victim. He been shot.
That's true. That sounds like some Kehe'Mal type stuff, like the old dude when he got snitching.
Oh yeah.
This is, oh my God. Well, he got a valid point, but then he don't got a valid point because them your homeboys, but they
They left
him. That's kind of wrong.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
shouldn't have left him.
I don't know. This, certain things.
You should have grabbed them and drug them out, even though you ain't want to move. I don't know. Some of them think don't move because they've been hit.
Yeah.
Bullets will travel. But
It's on.
Police traced Youngboy down to a show he had in Austin, Texas.
Police have made a second arrest now in a string of shootings that erupted in Old South Baton Rouge last month. 17-year-old rapper Kentrell Golden, better known by his stage name NBA Youngboy, is behind bars tonight after being taken into custody by federal authorities.
They arrest him right before a performance, then extradite him back to Baton Rouge so he could face his charges, eventually hitting him with 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder. Now, once again, luck wasn't in Youngboy's favor. At this time, Louisiana was one of the 9 states where 17-year-olds could be charged as adults. And Youngboy had just turned 17 2 weeks before he went on this botched assassination attempt. So if he was tried as an adult and convicted, he was facing life. Youngboy also wasn't being let out on bail, which most likely had something to do with him previously being on the run.
I was on house arrest. And I cut my house arrest bracelet out.
I cut that bracelet off my leg when fuck with twin at the shop.
One of them like bad little kids
Project
that just be around and you just see them and you be like, you so bad, like what is wrong with you?
I cut my house with a bracelet.
Like what?
Police going house to house, my grandpa talk to the cops. The whole time on the run, I slept on one time on the couch.
But while Youngboy was on the inside waiting to go to trial, his label was on the outside making sure he stayed relevant, dropping Mind of a Menace 3 Reloaded, basically just throwing a few songs that was already out on a mixtape. They also dropped a few pre-recorded songs and music videos that weren't really making too much noise. And Youngboy's homies on the outside also bought him a brand new mansion.
Man, I wish YB was here for his new house, man. YB, we got that bitch waiting on you, baby.
12-car garage on you bitch ass niggas.
Oh yeah, and the reason you see NBA Self-Paid in this video is because they didn't even charge him for this drive-by until years later. They got him in 2019, 3 years after this whole thing went down. By then, everyone else involved had already been charged and released, but that's besides the point. At this time, Youngboy was sitting in the pen, and we got witnesses identifying him as a shooter. You know, probably not that hard to do when you're one of the biggest local rappers. But NBA Joe was telling too, and we don't know exactly what he said, but Youngboy and even his op Boulevard Quick mentioned Joe snitching in songs.
My mama told me stake my ass, told me watch my homies, but I ain't listen, got shot, and he told on me. Be my murder, I don't understand these niggas out your telling.
When on that mission didn't complete it, cause you froze up. NBA Joe, he trying to go, but he told him something.
Youngboy rarely ever talks about being told on, and even blurred Joe's name out from that first song. But besides that snitching, it seems like Youngboy was doing good. In that jail is where he got close to one of his right-hand men today, Baby Joe. Baby Joe was close with Buzilla, and him and Youngboy probably bonded over that. But after sitting in that parish for about 8 months, Youngboy's lawyer worked out a deal for him. In exchange for Youngboy pleading guilty, they would reduce those 2 attempted murders to just 1 count of aggravated assault with a firearm. A pretty generous offer, which Youngboy accepted and was released on $50,000 bail shortly after. We saw Youngboy come out in a Burberry shirt, getting greeted by OG33, NBA Self-Paid, NBA KD, NBA Ben 10, and NBA Dump, who are all key players.
That ain't down. That was the last time.
Yeah.
This was just when he first came out. Like after he did like a year. He was in like a year.
years later in the story, but it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Even though he was no longer facing life, that aggravated assault charge still carries a maximum of 10 years, and he was just out on bail. He still needed to get sentenced. But that 10 years looming over his head didn't discourage him from dropping music. And he took those 3 months before sentencing to run his clout through the roof. Going to jail is probably one of the best things you could do for your rap career. Youngboy came home and dropped his first song back, Untouchable, which is his 3rd biggest song to date. While Youngboy was awaiting sentencing, he was dropping hit after hit, songs like No Smoking Graffiti. In August, he dropped his debut album under Atlantic, AI Youngboy. But while he was dropping his music, his street beefs were still escalating. His issue with G Money and TBG was getting more and more serious, which we gonna talk more about in my next video. But that same month he dropped AI Youngboy, he had to brace himself with the possibility of jail. Cause on August 22nd, he went back inside that courtroom for sentencing. Anticipation was building up to see what the judge would give him. And the judge didn't give him his sentence off rip. He started off lecturing Youngboy, telling him it's not a badge of honor to have all those kids from different baby mamas at 17. The judge told him his songs contribute to the violence, to which Youngboy interjected saying he didn't kill anyone, and the judge responded saying that he tried to and would've, he just had potato aim. Then the judge finally hit him with the sentence, starting off with 250 hours of community service, a $5,000 fine, but most importantly, no jail time. Instead giving him a suspended 10-year prison sentence with a 3-year probation, meaning if he got in any trouble over those next 3 years, he could get set back for the 10. All stemming from him trying to slide.
No wonder why we'd be like, yeah, I thought if he go back, he get 10 years, but he stay out of jail. He stay out of jail for them 3 years, or did he? I really don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
He been in and out.
Man, hopefully this man do not get no time for what he did last week.
We'll see.
We'll find out tomorrow if he get out of jail.
First cousin, and it seems like Youngboy's beef over Boozilla is still raging on today. Remember that dissing dude from earlier? Yeah, he currently locked up on some unrelated shit, which still ain't stopped his beef with BBG or Youngboy from escalating. In a freestyle from jail, he dropped some bars about Youngboy's cousin, Boozilla.
Speak on me the same reason they put the nigga 6 feet. And you know I got no respect. I step on him and that nigga around him, I have no regrets. My shooters, they been tweeting that they like, come on, cut the check.
Just listen to that laugh, bro. This thing's a menace. But that Boozilla diss ain't go unnoticed. And we had BBG members responding in their own freestyles, saying this is right behind the body that's not his. And they can't wait for him to come home because they whole gang waiting for him. And Youngboy himself be dropping some sneak disses, saying he waiting for Dissa to come home. And implying they got some get back for Boozilla.
Them BBG and all he know is blow. This for Boozilla, we gon' make him at the corner store.
He talking about murking niggas at corner stores. That's awfully specific. But we not gonna go too deep into that Dissa beef. He's saving that for another video. But let's refocus. It's May 2017. Youngboy just got out of jail. He's focusing on his rap career and handling his TBG beef. Within 3 weeks of Youngboy getting sentenced, bodies start dropping in Baton Rouge, which we gonna break down in our next video. But that's it for this video. I'm almost sizing them out.
I like watching videos like these though, because you will listen to a lot of his songs and think it's about somebody that is totally
not about somebody
related
totally
to. It's about something about somebody totally different.
I don't know, just so much going on, man. Between this, like you really don't know who he talking about in a certain song.
Yeah,
there's so many people who envy him and other people he envy, and it's just all over the place, man. But you know, it's NBA Youngboy, still life he left. I'm just here. I just like the music. Man, but other than that, man, y'all already know what to do, man. Please.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to all 3 channels.
Man, follow me and show they both on Instagram. But other than that, man, we out of here and we're done with videos for the day, guys. We're done.